Hi everyone, so I'm gonna be filming a video today. I know I haven't filmed a proper one in a while, but here I am. And I'm gonna use the lovely Keilidh palette, and then I'm gonna use the Huda Beauty palette a little bit as well, because I haven't touched it in a very long time. So, you know, what else am I gonna do? What I'll do is I'm gonna prime my eyes a little bit first with the Plouise base. And I like it, but I still like my concealer. I don't know, I don't find it too different to my concealer. I still like both. So I've already carved my brows and I'm just gonna throw that on my eye with a really big brush. I'm actually gonna zoom you in a little bit more just so you're able to see. Now, I have that all over the eye, so I basically brought it up right up to my eyebrow so that no matter where I put my eyeshadow, it sticks perfectly and lasts the duration of the day. So the first color I went into this here from the Electric Obsessions palette from Huda Beauty, this guy here, and I took that on a really nice fluffy brush, and I generously took that on my brush, and I'm going to be buffing that right through my crease, just like that. So when my eyes are open, I can still see quite a good bit of that color, just like that. I'm going to wing it out a little bit because I really find that shape flattering on the eye. You kind of softly wing it out. So, just to kind of break up the pink a little bit, I'm going to use the peach out of the same palette. I'm going to take that on the exact same brush, and I like to just kind of swirl my brush into the eyeshadow, and then I tap off the excess. And then what I'm going to do is I'm just going to, right on top of that line that I have on my eye, I'm just going to move that right on top, just to diffuse it a tiny little bit, just to give it a hint of a peach, because I just didn't want this to be an all over pink smoky eye, you know. So now I have that on my eye. I'm going to take Unruly, which is like a cranberry kind of reddy color, this one here, and I'm going to take that on a Rebelluna kind of tiny little brush. I'm going to generously pick that up on the brush, and I'm going to buff that in right through the crease, just like that. Some people might think this is a bold move, but I know how these colors blend, so I'm not too worried, and I'm just moving that back and forth. Because you can see on this side, you can see still a little bit of that darkness. And I want the same on the other eye. And to blend out that color a little bit, I'm going to go back into the pink again on the same tiny little brush. And I'm just going to go over that line, and going back and forth between the colors like that is going to ensure that your blend is really nice and smooth. And I'm still keeping it in the same kind of way, like a little kind of hill, and then the little kind of trail leading up to it. So it's a softer kind of angle. Whatever. I don't know if I'm the best at explaining these things. But anyway, I'm going to darken up the outer corner, and I'm going to take the shade Sacrifice. It's a really deep plum kind of color. Not plum, purple violet. It's a purple from the Keilidh palette. So I'm going to place that right along the lash line. So when I brought the colors into my crease, I didn't bring them here because I want this area to be nice and dark. So first of all, I'm kind of tapping the color in place. And then I'm going to blend kind of like the edge out a little bit. And like, I'm not worried about this part at all because that's where I'm going to be cutting my crease. Then I'm going to take that deep purple again, and I'm just going to bring it in through my crease a little bit heavier, just to really get the intensity I want. And I'm just again blending that out, just like so. So then I'm just going to take a really flat concealer brush with the same Plouise base. I'm going to coat both sides of the brush just to get it nice and flat. And this is what I'm going to use to carve out my crease. I like to leave a little gap here, so when I put my highlighter on, my eye looks nice and open. And because my brush is so nice and flat, I can map out my crease pretty easily. I'm just patting that base into place as well. Yeah, I'm just taking the peach and I'm kind of pressing it just along here. And then I'm going to go into the pink color, the very first one we used. Again, placing that just on the outer corner here. And then, same as always, I'm going to take my tiny little brush, this one here, and I'm going to go into the darker purple and help me diffuse that whole outer area. What I'm going to do is I'm going to stick on some glitter with this guy here. It is the Inglot Body Art Adhesive. It's basically a clear eyeshadow, well, not eyeshadow, glitter base. I'm going to put number 53 Body Sparkles on. It's like a really nice pink, really soft kind of sheen. I'm just going to pat a really light layer on my eyelid. I'm just going to take that and press it on, and it's just going to make it nice and shiny. Yeah, for liner, I'm going to use this guy here. It's the Liquid Ink Eyeliner from Essence. It's a really nice eyeliner. Not the most waterproof, because I am the CEO of leaky eyeballs, so I know. But because I'm filming, it's fine. It's good for everyday use. Like if I was to go out, I'd always use my gel liner, because it lasts so much better. But I just have the line kind of joining up to the end, and just to blend that liner in a little bit more, I'm going to take the black from the Keilidh palette on a tiny little brush again, and I'm just going to diffuse that out to the outer corner, and then I'm going to bring it in to the rest of the eye. So now I'm going to put the Plouise base just under my eye. And I'm going to use my tiny little brushes for the bottom of my eye because the area is so small. I don't need to go in too crazy. So I basically wanted to keep the inner part really light and then the outer corner dark. So I'm going to go into my peach first. Then I'm going to go into the pinky color, and then I'm going to go into all the purples. So with the peach, I'm just going to place that right on the inner fourth of the eye. Just like that. And then I'm taking the pink. Then I'm going to take Unruly from the Keilidh palette. And I'm basically going to join this whole area up. And what you're not seeing is I'm wiping my brush on a piece of tissue that I have on my desk, just to get rid of all the excess. So there's a little bit of an uneven blend there. So I'm going to wipe away the excess first, the fallout kind of things, so they're not mixing with things that don't need to be mixing with other things, if that makes sense. So I'm taking my brush, there's nothing extra on it, just whatever was left on the brush. I'm going to use that to diffuse this whole area. And that's how I always pretty much soften the bottom of the eyes. But then what I will do is I'm actually going to highlight the inner corner again with the Body Sparkles, but I'll use number 54. If you don't know what 54 is, you're missing out. It looks pretty much white. It's not the most, pretty color. When you look at it in a jar, it doesn't look like much, but when you put it on, it goes really nice and rose gold. So I'm going to put a little bit of that in the inner corner. I'm going to use this guy to stick it down with, and I'm just going to press it right into that inner corner. I'm going to put a little bit of glue on these eyelashes. Couldn't tell you where these are from. I think they're Babydoll ones. Should pretty much stick. Now if you obviously overload the lash with too much glue, it won't stick straight away, but that's the lash on, and that's pretty much all there is to it. So guys, this is the finished look. I really hope you like it. I enjoy doing pinks. I think I have a soft spot for pink smoky eye any time of year. But this is the finished look. I really hope you like it. Don't forget to give me a thumbs up and subscribe. And hopefully I'll see you again soon. Bye!